This is a classic stupid person manipulation technique, which is they all know each other in this group and they gang up on an individual to try to get them to hate themselves, right? They're trying to lower their self-esteem by degrading them and insulting them, which all have to do with who they are as a person, not the target. And then they act like they don't know each other and then they falsely feign support by saying, oh, like this group, like the people that are saying bad things to the person are now gone, and all of a sudden there's like these people who are supporting that person, who are being nice to that person, and they're like, yeah, if we do this, this is stupid. She's not, he or she will not know that that's what we're doing, and then like he or she will think that like there's different types of people and we don't really know each other very well, and like we can get her to be friends with one of us that way, and we'll get all our secrets from her, and we'll know everything she's doing, everything she's up to, and we'll know all her hopes and dreams and secrets, and then we can try to sabotage her that way. As if it wasn't obvious enough that these people are completely stupid and they don't know what they're doing, and it's obvious that they all know each other, and the only reason they're doing that is because they couldn't be friends with this person to begin with. This is honestly, if you ever been to alternative schools, you know, like kids who can't even go to public school anymore. Those are where they send kids to. It's alternative schooling. So it's kind of like, you know, kids with severe behavioral problems. They do this kind of stuff. They get sent to alternative schools, and they have like extra help. They don't actually have access to university level courses, and it's a miracle if they even get their GED. So those ones, they go to alternative schools, and those are the kids who do that. Except like those are really badly behaved and inappropriate kids coming from really bad homes. So like they're either one of their parents is a drug addict, or they come from a homosexual or same-sex parentage household, or they have been sexually or physically or verbally assaulted since they were born, and they have had no sort of any sort of support whatsoever during their critical period of development as children. So the people who have that, like, you know, when people get it really rough, like they have a really shit life ahead of them. Those people, right? They're the ones who like congregate into these alternative schools, and then they're like, you know, this is like what alternative school kids do when they're like 7 years old, 8 years old. You know, when they first start learning about gender identities and stuff. Like, oh, that's a boy, that's a girl, haha, this is what girls do, this is what boys do. Yeah, but these are like 40-year-olds doing this. So I'm just like, you haven't matured since you're 7? Are you retarded or something? Like, that's the problem. Like, none of your family members or your friends think it's a problem. Like, nobody has come down and talked to you about their concern regarding your development the entire time since you were 7. That's like surprising that no one cares about you. Oh wait, maybe they don't care about you because you do that kind of stuff, and they just want to stay away and they don't want to get involved. That's what I would do. I'll just stay away and not get involved. I'd be like, yo, that person is a crazy person. Like, I'm just gonna leave that one alone. And there's no reason, there's no hope for that person, you know? Like, what's the point of talking to that person, because you're never gonna get it anyway? Like, you're just gonna sit there and waste your time trying to explain this to a person who doesn't understand anything, completely ignorant, why it's not okay to, like, sexually assault like, anyone, you know? It's like, yeah, it's not okay for you to, like, call black people the N-word. You know, it's not okay for you to like steal from your neighbors. Like, why would you do that? No, it's not okay for you to gang up on somebody just so they can like get like fish. It's called a phishing scam. Okay, if you do that online, it's called phishing scam. Okay, that's identity theft is illegal. Like, those things are not okay. You're hurting people. They're like, no, I'm not hurting people. I'm just, you know, that's just what people do these days. And I'm like, that's not what people do these days. People don't do that. What are you talking about? It's not normal. But they don't understand any of it, so it's like wasting your time trying to explain it to them, and no one even cares about that person clearly, because if their parents cared just a little bit, they wouldn't have done those things, right? Like, even if it was just like a modicum of care, As in, any sort of care is like you ask for things and those things are given to you. That's called caring. Okay, let's say when you were a kid, you wanted this brand new toy, and then you ask your parents, "Can I have this toy?" And then your parents buy that for you. That's called caring. That right there. Or like when you get a list of school supplies you need, and you bring it home, and then you tell your parents that you need these school supplies, and then they purchase the set school supplies from that list. That's called caring. Like if you didn't have that, right? That's called they didn't care about you. I'm sorry to say. And these are the same stupid people who are telling me that no one cared about me. That like they came from a better household because their family is blood related and they don't really care if they're inbred because at least they're blood related and they all live with each other and I'm not blood related to any of my family members. And I'm like, that's a stupid person. This is what I mean by saying don't. You know what? They're never gonna be able to. They're not gonna change their mind. They're not gonna have like an insightful thought. They're not ever gonna be enlightened with this society. You know what it's like to be part of society? It's great. They're never gonna have friends. They're never gonna like have anyone care about them. No one's ever gonna pay attention to them. They're gonna get ignored most of the time. And they do a lot of stupid things to get attention from other people because they've been doing that since they were a kid. And they didn't understand why it never worked to begin with. And they have like these like leftover baggage, this trauma from childhood where their parents just didn't give a shit about them. Right? They're like, I have a kid, just leave that one over there, whatever. They just never cared about what they had to say, didn't care about them. Every time they asked for anything, they're like, we already have something for you, you can just use one of those. That's what that is. Okay, that means your parents don't care about you. When you're like, oh, can I please have... I mean, it gets more nuanced and complicated the higher the social status goes. So, like, there are parents who do care about their kids or do things to care about their kids, but they're incredibly abusive anyway. Which is, like, something that a lot of people don't understand when they're stupid and these are usually, like, low-level government employees, but every Canadian's like this. I don't think they have, like, these hierarchy social structures if you're Canadian. Like, your entire family's Canadian. Like, you don't really understand this kind of stuff. You'll never understand it because you're stupid. I'm sorry, you're an idiot. There's no reason for you to be alive. That's a stupid person. No, not only is there no reason for them to be alive, but they will never be functional or valued members of society in any society across the world. That's a stupid person. An absolute valueless, garbage, trashy, leeching off of everyone, a mooch, just unattractive, complete failure. There's millions of them. It's so easy to make. There's so many people like them out there. And they just don't understand anything. That is the definition of a garbage human being. Just a stupid person. That is a stupid person. They don't even need to be alive. They're better off dead for themselves and everyone else around them. That's a stupid person. There's a lot of stupid people in Canada. Well, every Canadian is stupid if they were born here and they identify as Canadian. Yeah, they're all stupid. Every single one of them. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to live their life. They don't understand why people don't like them. They don't understand that their parents were abusing them the entire time. They're like, yo, my parents never physically hurt me, but they used to like flirt with me when they got lonely. My mom had like 3 boyfriends while she was still married to my dad, and you know what? I ended up dating one of her ex-boyfriends when I got older. Yeah, that's called abuse. That's right there is called child abuse. No, that doesn't. To them, it's not child abuse because they're like, it makes me feel good. It's fine. Like, I don't mind it. Like, it's fucked up. That's child abuse. That right there is child abuse. Also, when you're the type of person to like just absolutely hate people to like just because they're better than you, that's also stupid. Yeah, that's called being stupid. There's a word for it called jealousy or whatever. It's called being stupid. It's called being an asshole. It's called being an idiot. I know some people use different words for it. It's you being stupid. That's what that means. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, there's a lot of stupid people in Canada. Like, you should watch out for that. Like, they seem normal at first, and then they open their mouth, and then they tell people their logic. Oh, and the alternative school kids, you know what? They're not normal in the head. They'll never be normal, okay? They're just fucked in the head, like, forever, because, like, their parents didn't care about them, because, like, you know, like, when you need new clothes and your parents already bought you your clothes? They're like, we already have bought you clothes, like, just wear something from that, and they never gonna let you pick any of your clothes. You don't really like the clothes that they're picking for you, and they don't ever take you shopping with them. They just buy clothes for you, right? And they never, even if you ask for a different style of clothes, if you want to go shopping or do that, they never let you do any of that stuff, because they said, we already bought you these clothes. You can either wear these, or you cannot wear clothes. Yeah, it's called child abuse. Kind of. It's actually called child neglect, which is technically abuse. But that means your parents didn't care about you. If they did, they would take you shopping with them, and then help you pick out your own clothes and stuff like that. Like, that's basic childcare. If you're doing that, means you're not abusing or neglecting your child. That doesn't. That's a border. Like, you know, like, you can't get lower than that. Like, you should be doing that, because that's how you, like, it's like, you know, you should be feeding your kid 3 times a day. That kind of stuff. It's just, like, very basic. It's like not enough for you to just keep them clothed. You have to take them shopping with you. You have to get them to be adjusted to, like, the whole environment of learning how to pick clothes and dressing themselves and understanding the prices and how much you can afford and how much they can spend and all that kind of stuff. Like, that kind of stuff is something they're supposed to teach their kids when they're starting to get older. Yeah, and if your parents didn't do that for you, I'm sorry, I think they were actually abusing you. I mean, even if you never got physically punched, you can get hit on. You know what? Your parents can hit you, and still not as a. It's not still wouldn't be considered abuse compared to, you know, forcing you. Like, it doesn't look like that, right? Because, like, you know, they have a room, they have food, they have clothes. Like, what are they complaining about? Except you're severely neglecting their actual mental, psychological, and social stimulation, right? And without that, like, their life is, well, their development is going to be severely impacted. They're going to encounter problems when they get older. You know, they might even suffer from mental illnesses and stuff like that. It's not okay for you to do that to your kid. Even if that kid is somebody you're looking after, it's not your biological kid or your adopted kid or you're fostering a kid, none of that stuff matters. The point is, if you're raising a kid, you're supposed to do that. Okay? That is what I want to say about that. And if you're encountering a lot of stupid people, I think you should be very, very scared, kind of, because it means that you're in an unstable political climate. So, like, your country's not doing very well if every citizen there somehow grew up to be incredibly stupid. Like, there's something wrong with how things are being governed and how, like, finances are being managed and stuff like that. It's just, you know what? I really wouldn't recommend even staying there. Like, I would say plan on leaving the country. Just, like, plan on it. You know, just think about which countries you would live in. Maybe start picking up new languages or something. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't plan on living there for an extended period of time. You're finding out, like, there's so many stupid people. You're like, some people think everyone's stupid when they're the stupid ones. Like, you watch out for those too. They make a very good convincing argument. Like, they can put on a facade. They act like, I mean, sometimes they even believe their own lies. So you even believe them because of something they believe. It's hard to tell someone's lying if they actually believe their own lies. So, that's kind of, yeah. Anyway, if you encounter if general populations is stupid, then it's time for you to move. Just think about it. Which countries would you like to go to? And all that kind of stuff. I don't think it's a good sign if there's so many stupid people in your country. It doesn't make sense to me. It's like, why is most of your population so stupid? That makes sense. That, like, what are you saying? How are they treated? Nobody reported the incidents of abuse. Like, your teachers, like, the teachers are supposed to be trained to spot out child neglect and child abuse. Like, what do you mean you didn't? This is weird.